She tried to ruin my reputation, lied to my boss, spread rumors, pretended to be my friend while stabbing me in the back. But today, I gave her something she'll never forget. Let's just say her fancy office now smells like regret and expired tuna. If you've ever had that one coworker who just couldn't stand your success, buckle up, because this is a story of how I turned silent suffering into one perfectly fishy revenge. Before we dive in, if you've ever worked with someone fake, manipulative, or two-faced, hit that like button and subscribe. Because this story, it's about standing up to workplace bullies without saying a single word. My name's Emily, I'm 29, and I work at a mid-sized marketing firm in Portland, Oregon, one of those open-floor offices with bright walls, beanbag chairs, and we're a family here, slogans plastered everywhere. Yeah, the kind of place where everyone pretends to be your friend until promotions are on the line. And that's where Clara comes in. Clara was the kind of coworker who looked sweet on the surface, always dressed perfectly, always had that fake smile ready, and always just a little too curious about your personal life. At first, I thought she was nice. She brought me coffee once when I stayed late, complimented my outfits, even joked about us being office besties. But beneath that charm was something darker, jealousy, insecurity, whatever you want to call it. She wanted to be seen as the best. And anyone standing in the way of that became her target. It started small. She'd accidentally forget to include me on important emails. Then she'd tell my manager that I missed a deadline or didn't communicate properly. The worst part? She'd act innocent. Oh no, I'm sure Emily didn't mean to miss it. She's just been overwhelmed lately. That fake concern, that tone that said she was trying to help while planting seeds of doubt. It was infuriating. And it worked. One day, my manager called me in. Emily, we've had some concerns about your performance lately. A few things Clara brought to my attention. I walked out of that meeting with a written warning. My first one ever. All because of lies. From that point on, Clara became unstoppable. She'd whisper things around the office about how I got special treatment or wasn't a team player. A few coworkers even started avoiding me. But what broke me wasn't the gossip. It was her pretending nothing had happened. She'd stop by my desk, smiling like a snake in lipstick. Hey girl, rough week, huh? Hope you're okay. I wanted to scream. Instead, I just nodded. Because sometimes silence is the only armor you have. Weeks passed. The air between us grew colder, heavier. Then one afternoon during lunch, I was sitting in the break room eating tuna salad from one of those vacuum pouches. I was scrolling my phone, trying to ignore her voice floating over from the hallway. She was laughing, loudly, with two other coworkers. And then I heard it, my name. Honestly, Emily's not even good at her job. I don't know why management keeps her. Maybe they feel bad for her. That was it, the final crack. I sat there, my heart pounding, gripping that half-empty tuna pouch. And that's when the idea hit me. Petty? Maybe. Perfect? Absolutely. Clara's desk was just 2 rows over from mine. She was off that day. She'd taken a personal day to go wine tasting with friends. I stood up, walked past her workspace, and paused at her chair, that fancy gray cloth one she bragged about by herself because the company chairs were too basic. It looked innocent, clean, expensive. I smiled. I accidentally tripped over my foot, hand landing right on her seat, and the entire pouch of tuna slipped open. Every drop soaked into the fabric, a slow, oily stain with that unforgettable scent of salt, vinegar, and regret. I wiped the pouch clean, tossed it, and went back to my desk. Calm, collected, satisfied. The next morning, Clara strutted in, heels clicking, latte in hand, wearing that same fake smile. She dropped her bag, sat down, and froze. Her nose wrinkled. She sniffed again. Then again. Within seconds, the whole corner of the office smelled like a forgotten fish market in July. She started gagging. Oh my God, what is that smell? Coworkers looked around. Someone joked. Clara, did something die under your desk? She jumped up mortified, tried spraying perfume, wiping her chair with tissues. Nothing worked. The scent had marinated overnight. By noon, she dragged her chair out into the hallway and begged maintenance for a replacement. No one helped. Everyone just laughed quietly. And for the first time in months, I felt peace. Clara kept her distance after that. She still smiled, but it was forced, brittle, like she knew, deep down, that karma had finally chosen a side. She never messed with me again. And that chair, it got tossed into the dumpster behind the building, smelling like poetic justice. You know, I'm not proud of what I did, but sometimes, when people make your workplace a nightmare, all you need is one little reminder that you're not powerless. Because revenge doesn't always have to be cruel. Sometimes, it just has to smell like a lesson. If this story made you smile, hit that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the most petty yet perfect revenge you've ever seen? Don't forget to subscribe for more true stories of justice, karma, and quiet payback. Because in the end, some people only learn when karma stinks.